Father, be great.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam and Fay, it's a rare honour and privilege for the father of the groom to be asked to speak. When I look through my big book of weddings, it seems my role is to do little and drink a lot. It also means I can say whatever I like, so I obviously intend to milk it. But before I begin, as a tribute to you, Fay, I thought you'd appreciate knowing that I started writing this 2 years ago. I kept the speech in a special wedding shoebox on a special wedding shelf and followed a very precise special speech writing timetable. In your honour, Adam, I'd like you to know that I've hidden within this speech references, some of them subtle, some of them obvious, to themes that have been important your entire life. Indiana Jones, Star Trek, Red Dwarf, Star Wars, and as we've seen, Back to the Future. If nothing else, it will help the next few minutes McFly by. One. Okay. So, ladies first. It's probably fair to say that I've not spent as much time with Fay as I would have liked, and I seriously intend to rectify that in the years ahead. So I needed inspiration. So I wondered if other well-known Fays, the famous, might give me some clues about her. In fact, it threw up some extraordinary coincidences. Take, for instance, Fay Wray. She was the heroine of the 1933 film King Kong. She too was chased by an oversized, oversexed, male primate with major anger management issues. Then, having spent most of the film screaming at him to keep his giant paws off her, she eventually succumbs to the charm of his primitive wit and questionable grooming regimes. Then there's the actress Faye Dunaway. She rose to fame as Bonnie Parker in the film of the bank-robbing pair Bonnie and Clyde. She too was a girl from the sticks, whisked to the city by a smooth-talking Lothario, who in no time at all takes over the entire operation, organises all their getaways, and makes the occasional bank withdrawal. But I found other, less obvious connections that actually helped me a great deal more. Remember my reference to Star Trek? Well, I came across, of course, the phaser. I can think of no better word to describe our bride than stunning. But my journey ended when I came across the New Mexican town of Santa Fe. Its online description found the very words for Fay I was looking for. Classy, unique, spirited, stylish, unforgettable, a treasure. Once experienced, she takes a place in your heart. Fay, on behalf of my family, I'd like to welcome you to take your place in ours. I am delighted you've become my daughter-in-law today. If I can abuse your name just one more time, I hope your future with Adam turns out to be the fairy tale we wish all marriages to be. Adam, of course, I'm a little more familiar with. I guess we could best describe him as larger than life. Certainly for the past 2 decades, he's been larger than me. It is perhaps ironic that someone so tall should have suffered from a lifetime of red dwarfism. But he's not always been so outgoing. I can remember going to see Adam at his primary school play and scanning the excited, beaming faces, only to discover my little boy huddled by a teacher stage right.
What?
Fast forward 15 years and we're at Disney World, Florida. About to witness the stage reenactment of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Volunteers are called for. 20 minutes later, we see a big, bronzed, beturbaned Bedouin market trader running around the stage, completely dominating the set. the entire family agree that Adam is a complete fakir. It got me thinking how his various roles have prepared him for a married life. For example, he's going to be great with kids. When working with his brother Tian and his school chums on the quiz show, Are You Smarter Than Your 10-Year-Old?, he was soon able to move up to their level. Adam quickly understood the power of childish behaviour and chocolate to galvanise them into a team, and once the force was with them, Adam was not only able to win some cash, but he became the first man on British television to utterly upstage Noel Edmonds. He'll be a great support as he and Fay get older. In his early acting days, he toured senior citizens' care homes with a Christmas panto. I believe he played Buttons. It was clear he was able to closely connect with these old codgers. As it was always Adam they would ask to break off in mid-performance to take them for a pee. Around the marital home, he'd be able to put his hand to anything. When performing at the Royal Opera House and Placido Domingo's Cyrano de Bergerac, Adam was everywhere. Guard, accomplice, baker, crowd extra, warrior, drinking companion, stand-in nose. There was nothing he couldn't do. And Fay can be assured he will always fight for her. This was most apparent when he became the only player in British football history to be sent off in a kids v dads game for violent conduct on his own brother. Whether in a piratical extravaganza at Buckingham Palace as a kind of extra long John Silver, talking to gambling insomniacs on casino TV, interviewing Sir Bruce Forsyth on the red carpet or a D-lister on an exhibition floor, appearing on TV for the first time or watching The Lion King for the 28th, Adam brings the same warm humour and generous spirit we've all come to know and love, reflected in the affection of those here today. But my favourite role as the one he plays is, of course, as my son. I count myself incredibly lucky to be so close to such an admirable and outstanding young man. Whatever the setback, he carries on with extraordinary motivation and self-will. I am enormously proud, Adam, that you've made such an exceptional life for yourself, as I am in your choice of partner with whom you're about to spend the rest of it. Never were your qualities more clear than when we lost Lauren. Your courage, strength, and support in those most horrendous of circumstances are something I will never forget and will be grateful for forever. It would be remiss of me not to mention Lauren. I am blessed that along with Adam and Fay, I have a wonderful family in my wife Terenia, son Tian and Esther, Justin and Nix, Jamie and Ro, my mother Dorothy, brother Andrew and partner Sue. And one of the great joys of my life is when we come together like today. But such moments inevitably highlight the huge gap left by Lauren's passing. If she had been here today, she would have added enormously to the occasion with her quiet intelligence, her capability for kindness, and her shy good humour. But I mention her not to be maudlin or self-indulgent, but so that you, Adam and Fay, might benefit in the years ahead from the remarkable example she set in her perseverance, her tolerance, her forgiveness, and her amazing ability to deal with stoic optimism, both good days and bad. And so, a toast. I'd like to offer you a quote, but not from one of the greats like Shelley or Shakespeare, but from a classic of a different kind. This is a speech from a celebrated sitcom from the 90s called Frasier, about a Seattle radio psychiatrist. In this particular episode, he's celebrating the wedding of his brother, but I've tweaked it a little, and would ask when I finish for you to stand up and repeat the last 3 words. This is what he said. Love is an awesome force. It can make us do things we never imagined were possible. For you see, we do not actually choose love, it chooses us. And once it has, we are powerless to do anything about it. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glasses with me in toasting my son and the love of his life, for she is truly the woman of his dreams, and I could not be more thrilled with his choice. The happy couple. Happy couple.